Let's take a gentle breath together. Settle in and soften your shoulders. Hello, and welcome to Earthy Remedy, where nature's wisdom becomes everyday wellness. I'm glad you're here. Today, we're slowing down with a quiet pantry companion, the bay leaf. Imagine a slow pot on the stove, a soft woody note weaving through the steam. That's what we're exploring today.
Let's explore this natural ingredient together. Hi, I'm Sam Ning. We'll wander through bay's scent and story, then try 3 simple, safe ways to welcome that savory warmth into your home. A mindful simmer pot for scent, a bay-infused finishing oil for food, and a small savory sachet to freshen the spice drawer. All gentle, all easy to repeat.
First, a little sensory portrait. Bay leaf smells like a soft mix of wood, dried herbs, and a faint camphor-like brightness, subtle, not showy. Culinary bay usually means Laurus nobilis, the Mediterranean laurel grown in gardens and dried for the pantry. Fresh leaves are greener and milder. Dried leaves carry a deeper, steadier, savory note that holds up in long simmers. When you buy bay, look for whole, intact leaves from reputable spice sellers, or grow a bay laurel at home if you have the sun for it.
I always picture a neighbor stirring a pot on a rainy afternoon, steam fogging the window, the kitchen filling with that warm, quiet hush. She tucks a bay leaf in, leans her shoulder against the counter, and the whole room seems to breathe a little easier. That small domestic image is exactly the kind of routine bay tends to live in. Slow, reliable, and slightly nostalgic.
Before we get hands-on, a quick note. We'll talk about dried leaves and gentle infusions using whole leaves. We will not be using concentrated essential oils in these practices. Essential oils are very strong and need careful dilution and caution around pets, infants, or anyone highly sensitive. If you have concerns about pregnancy, nursing, or medication interactions, please check with a healthcare provider. Okay, now let's fold bay into everyday life.
Simple places to notice bay: simmering stews and beans, a potpourri-style simmer on the stove, or tucked into a spice drawer to keep dried aromatics lively. In each case, bay adds a background savory depth rather than shouting for attention. It's the quiet layer that steadies a dish or a room.
Practical use. Mindful simmer pot. This is our calm room scent practice. Start with a small saucepan and water, about 2 to 3 cups. Add 2 to 3 whole dried bay leaves, a few strips of citrus peel, orange or lemon, and 1 cinnamon stick, or a sprig of rosemary if you like. Bring to a gentle simmer on low-medium heat, then lower to the smallest simmer and let it whisper on the stove for up to an hour. Keep the lid slightly ajar so steam can carry the aroma. Always stay in or near the house while the stove is on. Never leave it unattended. When the scent fades, cool the pot, strain, and discard the solids. Refill and repeat as desired.
A few practical tips while simmering. Keep the flame low to avoid reducing the water too quickly. Open a window for ventilation if the kitchen gets too humid. And if you're scenting an open-plan home, try shorter simmer sessions rather than long all-day steams. This keeps the aroma gentle and welcoming.
Practical use B, bay-infused finishing oil. This is a lovely, simple way to carry bay's savory note into roasted vegetables, grilled bread, or as a light dipping oil. Use a neutral oil like sunflower, grapeseed, or a light olive oil. In a small saucepan, combine 1 cup of oil with 4 to 6 dried bay leaves. Warm gently over the lowest heat for 20 to 30 minutes. Watch closely. You want warmth, not a simmer. Turn off the heat and let the oil cool completely with the leaves in it for another 30 minutes to an hour. Strain into a clean jar, bottle, or cruet, and store in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. Use sparingly as a finishing drizzle. Important safety note: always strain and remove the leaves before serving so nobody accidentally swallows a whole leaf.
And a tiny serving idea. brush a bit of the cooled bay oil over roasted carrots or a slice of toasted bread with a pinch of sea salt. The oil is meant to be a finishing whisper, not a heavy flavoring, so start small and taste as you go. If you keep it longer than 2 weeks, check for off smells and discard if it seems stale.
Practical Use Savory Spice Drawer Sachet. This is a no-heat way to keep dried herbs lively in small spaces. Take a small muslin or cotton sachet and fill it with 3 to 5 dried bay leaves, 1 teaspoon whole peppercorns, and a tablespoon of dried citrus peel. Pinch closed or tie with a simple string and tuck into your spice drawer, pantry shelf, or linen drawer to lend a faint savory scent and help spices feel fresh. Replace every 1 to 2 months or when the scent fades.
A note about safety and sourcing. Dried culinary bay leaves are what we've used here. Do not confuse these with concentrated bay essential oils for these home practices. Essential oils are powerful. Avoid undiluted topical use and keep them away from pets and infants. If foraging for leaves, be certain of identification and that the plants are pesticide-free. Otherwise, trusted spice merchants and garden centers are great sources.
Now a short nature pause. Close your eyes if you like. Imagine the slow pot again, a ribbon of steam, the bright peel of citrus, the dark leaf lifting its woody whisper. Hear the small comforts of a kitchen, water ticking on the stove, a spoon against a pot, nothing rushed. Let that steady, small warmth carry quietly with you for a breath or two.
One small habit to try this week. Pick one of the 3 practices and do it on a day you have a little extra time, perhaps a weekend morning or a slow evening. Notice how the scent changes your attention to the room, or how a tiny spoonful of bay oil lifts a roasted vegetable. The goal is not perfection, but a repeated, comforting ritual.
For the simmer pot, 2 to 3 cups water, 2 to 3 bay leaves, citrus peel, simmer low up to an hour. For the infused oil, 1 cup oil, 4 to 6 dried leaves, warm low 20 to 30 minutes, cool and strain. For the sachet, 3 to 5 dried leaves, a teaspoon peppercorns, dried citrus peel, and a small bag. And again, remove whole leaves before serving and avoid using essential oils undiluted.
If you enjoyed this quiet wander with Bay, please subscribe to Earthy Remedy so more gentle plant stories arrive in your feed. Share this episode with a friend who loves slow kitchen rituals. And if you try a practice, tell us. Drop a note or a photo where you follow the show. Let's learn from one another.
Let nature guide us today. Thank you for taking this slow moment with us. May a bay leaf find its way into something warm and steady in your home. Let's take a gentle breath together. Let's take a gentle step into nature's wisdom.